Apprehensive. Yeah. Yeah.
Apprehensive. Okay, so you have to be a little cautious about the S usage. Okay, otherwise, very good word used. Not many people use this word. Not many people know this word. So I'm super impressed that you chose this word and used it in your daily
Yeah.
speech. So good job. You're very strong with your words. I feel you know what to say, and your vocabulary, as I said at the very beginning, as well, is a very strong suit for yourself. Yeah, is it fine now?
Now it's
Okay.
clear.
Okay, you can see me too, right?
Yes, I can see you. You are visible.
Okay, okay, great. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. And what
Right.
about you?
I'm also doing good. Thank you so much. Right. So this is the first time
Okay.
we are getting connected for a class. So thank you so much for joining me for a session today. And I would obviously love to know a little bit about you. So if you can, probably give me a small introduction about yourself, that would be great.
Well, my introduction is next to nothing, to be very frank, because by profession I'm a driver. I'm speaking to you from city of Kolkata.
Great.
In terms of my education, I have just completed 10 class standard, and I'm no longer a student right now because I have quit everything for the last 8 years related
Hmm.
my studies. It's
Right.
all about me, and my name is Jafar, as you know that.
Yes, yes. Welcome to my class, Jaffa. It's wonderful knowing about you. Not only knowing about you, but also kind of getting to know that you belong to the same city that I do too. So it's wonderful, having someone who's,
Okay.
from the same city of origin. So I also am from Kolkata, and I am, as you know, I'm obviously a tutor for this session right now, but I have just post graduated too in English, and right now I'm preparing for my PhD. So yeah, that's on one side, and on the other hand, I have been working as a communication expert and an English language teacher since the last 5 years. So that's how I'm here, and I love to talk to new people. I love to meet new people, get to know more about them, get to know their opinions, likes, dislikes. So obviously you are one of those precious additions to my classes, and I know that I'll be, getting to know a little bit about you, a little more about you through this session today. And through that, what we will try to do is try to see how we can make you better at this language, and how we can solve problems that you might have faced or might be facing right now. Right? So that should be our goal. And I'm stressing on the we part or the us part because I just want to reiterate that you are not, single, or this is not a singular problem for you, or you are not alone in this. I'm there, and so are the other tutors, obviously. But in this session, I'm there for you, and I'm going to help you out as much as possible. Right?
Okay. Thank you. Great
Yeah.
to know about yourself.
Yeah, thank you too. Now tell me something, what problems do you generally face when it comes to speaking in English?
Yes, of course. Now I'm not conscious about my mistakes and what is the problem I'm facing because somebody else they could tell. My initial day when I was learning this language, so it's plenty of hiccups of the grammars and new vocabulary because it's the right time. Yeah, that is the things I'm facing a lot in this time, but it's maybe it will take time, but I'm improving day by day. Now it's okay that it doesn't matter that who is the other side. If
Hmm.
anyone asks me so critical questions, can be I stagnated somewhere. That's it. Yeah.
Right, right. Okay, okay, no problem. Right. But are there like specific, like you mentioned grammar, are there specific grammatical concepts that you find difficulties in understanding? Like many people find difficulties in, using tenses or articles or anything. Do you face certain issues with that?
No, I don't have any issues like that because I'm sometimes I'm mistaking some prepositions and
Hmm.
articles. Appropriate place we need to use
Yeah.
those articles and prepositions like that. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm
That's
imbibe everything is
right. Right. That's wonderful.
uh,
And one more thing, like, do you face an issue with, confidence or anxiety when you are talking? Do you ever feel like a little scared about speaking in English?
the
Hmm.
first session. It was super terrible. You could say that, but actually I was a little bit apprehensive because I was not confident about the platform.
Yeah.
So now I'm comfortable, and I have got a lot of confidence from this platform because I have
Right.
already able to completed four or five sessions. Yeah. So
Right.
I have made
Right.
already a different teacher. So
That's wonderful. Could you pronounce that very nice word that you just used for me once more? Apprehensive? Sieve.
apprehensive. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Apprehensive. Okay, so you have to be a little cautious about the S usage. Okay, otherwise, very good word
So,
used. Not many people use this word, not many people know this word. So I'm super impressed that you chose this word and used it in your daily
yeah.
speech. So good job. Right now, tell me, do you read a little? Because I see a lot of new words in your, use. So, do you read, or how do you learn these new words, basically?
Yeah, because if you will search my entire home, you will not get
Hmm.
to find any book, single book. I'm not reading anything for my
Hmm.
initial day when I have
Hmm.
started my learning, because
Hmm.
you know that only from class 5 onward, I have started to learn this language
Yeah.
when I was in my school. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
sometime I'm watching some YouTube videos if I will get any new vocabulary, new words. So I denote and try to figure out the meaning and try to incorporate with my sentences. That's my
Very
tactic.
good.
Yeah.
Very good habit. Very, very good habit. Good job. Okay, so let's do something. Let's start with a small vocabulary game. Okay, so what is the
Okay.
vocabulary game that I have in mind? Not a very long game, because there are other parts in this session that we'll have to
Yeah.
look forward to. But I'll just give you one or two words. You first tell me if you know the meaning of that word, if you have heard that
Okay.
word before,
Okay.
if you're familiar with the word. If you are, just tell me what the
Okay.
word means to you, and then you're just going to make a sentence with that word. Don't worry if you don't know the
Okay.
word. We can just, I will try to explain it for you, and then you can try to make a sentence for me with that. Okay? We can just improvise
Okay.
on that. Okay. Yeah. So your first word is here, it's transmission.
Hmm.
Transmission. Do you know what transmission means? Yeah, yeah, you're
Some
correct.
mind exchange something.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You,
Something. It's a
hmm,
intellect. It could be intellect, but you can exchange
yes,
myself and you teach
yes,
me. So it's
yes.
could be synonym of transmissions like that.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You're partly, obviously, a lot correct. Transmission basically
Yeah.
means, sending something from one person or
Yeah.
from one place to another, or to another thing, or
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever it is. So that is transmission. It doesn't, you're correct that
Yeah.
we, use it a lot in context of mental transmission, that we are trying to transmit
Yeah.
knowledge or something, but it's
Yeah.
not only
Knowledge
limited to
transmission
that.
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not only
Yeah.
limited to that. You can also talk about transmitting, things and other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me, what does communication mean to you?
Say depends on your language. Communications, we
Right.
can communicate with the different language because we know very well Hindi. So
Hmm.
we can communicate with the Hindi language.
Hmm.
And if you know English, so you can communication with the English language. So
Right.
communicate. I have already communicated with the people, so many
Hmm.
people for the
Hmm.
past couple of years. So that is communications or communicate. Yeah.
Right, right. So communicating means, talking, or the act of
Yeah.
exchanging information, more importantly. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's
Yes.
not only talking, you can communicate through messaging or whatever it is, but sharing information. Now, just one correction, Jafar. So, communicating, when you're saying communicating with a language, that's slightly incorrect in the use of preposition, because with means uh, with
Hmm.
someone. So I am communicating
Yeah.
with you right now, but I am communicating in English language. Okay, so the
In
language that
English.
you
Yeah.
use, it should be the preposition before it should be in, but communicating with someone. We are communicating with
Yeah.
each. Okay, so yeah, there's that.
Okay.
But that's good job, good example. Okay, you also gave me like a sentence with it, so yeah, don't worry, that's done as well. So good job, that was a nice vocabulary game. Now let's go to some question and answers. Okay, I would have loved to do some reading practice as well, but since you can't access the chat box exactly, then it's fine. We can move on to the question and answer part. Okay, where I'll be
Okay.
asking you
Okay.
some questions based on today's topic, which is smartphone, you might know. So we are going to talk a little bit
Yeah.
about smartphones, and you're just going to give me some quick answers, and I'm going to note down some of the mistakes that you might be making, but don't worry about that at all. Don't let that affect your answers at all. And at the end, I'll take 5-6 minutes and tell you what are the feedback. First, tell me, do you know why do we call phones the phones that we use smartphones nowadays?
Yeah, well, we are using smartphones for our communication skills, the most important thing, because smartphone is the most important technology designed to make our life easier, because they have made already our life
Hmm.
easier. It has become integral part in our life, and most of the
Hmm.
people are using a
Hmm.
smartphone for they carry out their works and activities. Some people are living in the far from their home, so they can easily communicate with the smartphone. And
Right.
if you fail any problem any certain topic, so if you will search the
Hmm.
smartphone, you can get the algorithm. So we are expecting some news from our desired person, so we can get it easily. As I said, the
Very,
doctors and native people, those are wanted to communicate with us, so we can get news from them easily. And one
very
more
good.
thing, that smartphones are giving lots of facilities for the students. You want to learn anything, so you can search the
Hmm.
YouTube. So there are thousands of video on the certain topic, so you can learn it easily.
Yeah.
That's how I can learn it in my initial day
Right.
from the smartphone. So uses and abuses also smartphones have, and I really believe that if I will talk about the disadvantages, if you use your smartphone, so it doesn't promote to your sleep for a while.
Hmm.
It's postponed your sleep for a while. Yeah. And some
Right.
people are
Right.
addicted with too much with these activities, and they are checking out hours and hours their own accounts, so it's waste our time sometime. Yeah. But yeah,
Right.
overall smartphones is needed nowadays.
Correct. Very good. So, yeah, we learned a lot about it. You gave me a very holistic answer about the advantages and disadvantages of using smartphones as well, which is a very good thing. But I would also take a little from your answer and say smartphones are basically doing the job of a computer, right? They're smart. They
Yeah.
can do so many things.
Yeah.
Like you said, we can talk to people, we can get information, we
Mm.
can just scroll through and we'll find news on our phones. So many things at the same time. That's why we call it a smartphone. Very good answer. Now, could you tell me
All right.
which one was your first smartphone? When did you buy or did you get it as a gift? When was the first time you held your first smartphone in your hands?
Well,
Hmm.
this is Gioni. I think that was
Yeah.
the 3G phone, I think, and I have changed it, and this is my second phone. I think
Okay.
it's a
Okay.
4G phone. Yeah.
Okay. So, which company are you using right now?
Yeah. Right now I'm using Oppo.
Oppo. Oppo. Okay, that's a good company.
Yeah.
So, why do you call that Gianni phone a crazy one? Did it give you problems, troubles?
No, the generation has changed, so we have to change the phone, because it was the 3G phone, so now it's not accessible, and every time it's not working 3G phone. So I have already changed it. Maybe a couple of weeks later, I will change it again, because 5G has launched already. So we have to change our phone by the
Mm,
generation, because yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, are you planning to buy a new smartphone soon or like after some years?
No, I need take some time for change my phone, because normally I have some accountability with my family, so I have maintained my
Right,
family as well as. So right now I'm
right.
not thinking about my change my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, thank you so much, Jafar. It was wonderful talking to you and also, playing that, cute little interesting vocabulary game that we played at the beginning. It was really fun. And even the question answer session, it was very, very, interesting because you put in a lot of your own experiences into your answers. You put a lot of your own opinions, a lot of examples, which made the answer more profound and more, interesting to hear in a certain way as well. So lovely answers, firstly. You're very strong with your
Uh,
words. I feel you know what to say. And your vocabulary, as I said at the very beginning as well, is a very strong suit for yourself. So I want you to keep those up and I want you to stick to those. Whatever you're doing, it's working totally for you. And I want you to kind of hold on to those activities, right? But yeah,
mm,
you were also facing certain difficulties, and there were some recurring problems that I found in your speech, which some of them I've written down so that you get an idea of what you have to work with. Specifically, like you
mm,
mentioned at the beginning as well, preposition is a problem area for you. So I would also suggest that you focus a little on prepositions, like you maybe work on it from a grammar book or from YouTube videos, from wherever you can. Just try to maybe work on the chapter of prepositions and see where you can use which prepositions. That's very important. So once you understand that, prepositions are very easy to understand. Once you kind of get hold of that concept, it's almost like maths. So you would know where to use the plus sign or the minus sign. Likewise, you'll know where to use to, where to use in, where to use at. So just get hold of a grammar book maybe, or just get hold of appropriate YouTube videos. One of those things will help you out. But yeah, those were my suggestions from today's conversation. You're doing good. Just you have to focus a little on prepositions and also on the usage of past and present tenses a little. Otherwise, you're doing good. Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any question for me?
No, I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
Since yeah.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I hope that you had fun learning today with me and you learned something more importantly. And you found this conversation that we had, however brief, useful for you. And hopefully we'll meet again soon. Right.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Keep on, learning. It's very impressive and inspiring to see you learn and keep making the efforts that you are doing right now. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank